Welcome to the Gunners Gazette. I'm your host Shaggy Black, and we'll be discussing how Arsenal are able to afford Vinicius Jr. if he's eventually going to come to Arsenal. And a lot of talk have been surrounding the fact that Vinicius Jr., the Real Madrid superstar, 2 times Champions League winner, 3 times Laliga winner, is on a huge wage, and this is something Arsenal has not dealt with in the past, with our biggest earner being Bukayo Saka, and it's quite something that has stirred up a bit of doubt towards the transfer, and it's something that I've decided to make my research, and this will be me giving you direct statement from sources who also have this concern about how we will be able to afford him. So if you are not able to stay true to the channel, I'll just break it down in a summary. Then after the summary, if you love what you hear, you could go through the lengthier video. So first of all, how are Arsenal going to get him? Presently, he's on 400k plus euros, and you know, when it comes to the Premier League, eventually it's going to be earning in pounds, which we all know is there are differences, especially when it comes to that amount from the 100k to the 200k to the 300k. The difference between euros and pounds is quite something when you look at it, because the 400k might be earning in Spain is around the 350 Bukayo is earning in Arsenal already. So I think there won't be much difference. And when we talk about the image rights is something very important, something vital, something that a lot of people have neglected because they don't know that Real Madrid operate in a different system where they take 50% of your image rights. Florentino Perez doesn't joke about that. So a lot of people have forgotten that aspect. And in England, whilst in England, Arsenal club like this have been seen to negotiate, and you have your own brand, you have your own everything. So this will play a huge aspect, because the amount of money that should have been going to Vinicius if he had owned 100% of his image rights in Madrid isn't coming to him, but will come to him at Arsenal. So this is something that will play a huge role for him and his finances in coming to Arsenal. So if you love what you've heard, now we're going to go into details, talk about the details of his contract, and we're going to talk about how Arsenal are able to afford him with our wage bill being what it is, our top earners, our top 10 earners. I have all of them on my gadgets here, so I can't assimilate all this as well. So I'm going to be reading some of them out. I'm going to be directly quoting some accounts, and yeah, we're giving everybody their credit. We don't take the credit. We do our research and we quote our research. Like you can see on Instagram, we have OD11 at OD11 posting the wage bill for us now. So the current wage bill, we have Bukayo Saka at 300k, Kaya Vat at 270. I don't think it's actually correct, because Bukayo Saka is 300k plus. We all know that, including bonuses and everything occurred. So especially in the title winning season. So this is something nice to put our head around, and it's one of the best. So a lot of people have been wondering, how can Arsenal afford a almost 500k euros winger weekly? And this is something that is not ever done in Arsenal history, and this is a different level. This is a different ball game. This is a champion ball game, and it's one that Arsenal have been paying close attention and have been in contact, showing that they are ready since January. And everybody from top to bottom, if you look at the statement dropped by David Ornstein, he said from top to bottom, everybody is in alliance. Vinicius Jr. mission, Vinicius Jr. Internally, it's the same thing from Mikel Arteta down to the groundskeeper. Everybody wants Vinicius Jr. at Arsenal, and we'll be going through all this and more. Stay tuned after this break. Thank God for the master. Guys, welcome back. Directly quoting now. Let's read through. Is Vinicius Jr. ready to come? Who knows? But I doubt Arsenal would let this news out if it wasn't hinted that something like this is going to happen. This was what was said by Team News and Ticks, and it's one of those guys that even under the Arsenal have given his credit, and we should know that anything that comes from these guys, they know the in and out. So some say Arsenal might be used to pressure Real Madrid in the renewal. Real Madrid won't raise what they have offered for him. I'm totally confident that Perez, which we all know, is a hard negotiator, and he doesn't go back on. Once he puts it on the table, he has made up his mind. We all saw how he went about the whole presidential issue and won. He knows how to play the game, both with the players and with the club itself. So once more, he goes on to say, I think the Vinicius' goal is to be a fan favorite, and with Arsenal, this is something he's going to get. And you would be looking at it with the reaction. You could see David Ornstein getting his highest tweet ever. You could see the reaction from Arsenal fans, everybody on his page, everybody keeping a close eye. He's feeling it now. He will feel how he's going to be feeling it. And if we're able to pull this off, this will be magical, because he's going to do wonders. And the question again is his goal money? So Arsenal won't match what Real Madrid offers, and he received an offer from Saudi, and we still know that they're going to be monitoring with them coming around. But I don't think he's someone that will want to go to Saudi Arabia. So I think in terms of sport project, Arsenal is the place for him. And that was a direct quote, and that's what I also think, because there's no better place for him to showcase, for him to try and win the Ballon d'Or than Arsenal. If we're being truthful, finalists in the UCL, finalists in the Cup, winners. What else do you want? And I think with him, we could go a step further. We could go for the quadruple. It's never been done, but it could be done. And we could even see Nkapi liking his pictures on Instagram so quickly within minutes, and I think everybody is in alliance. So some news also emanating from Eduardo Ang on Twitter. You see that he noted that Arteta have spoken to Vinicius Jr. just this evening. Like, it's crazy. So things are moving fast, and he had a meeting initially today, set today for Madrid, but he didn't show up. So what do you think that means? So do it to subscribe, like, and comment. We'll be tuning in every day to give you the latest, and stay tuned. If you all listening to what Josh Conker said after winning the Premier League to Ian Wright and Gary Neville, he said when the time comes that he used the Declan as an example that Arsenal has never paid that much for a player, but seeing his off-field capability and his in-field leadership warranted them to do so. So I think the same thing figures in for the Vinicius deal. And